Hi, this is Grayson Hauser for this lesson and sort of advanced techniques for blues players. These are a little bit more advanced, somewhat more advanced chord voicings for blues, soul, funk, anything like that. We kind of maybe you're already familiar with sort of standard dominant voicing. Those are great, but these will kind of open things up stylistically to play jazzier stuff or more modern stuff, and different kinds of blues. The first one I want to show you is basically a rootless ninth chord. So in the key, for the G7 to G9 chord. Kind of call this the Stormy Monday chord, or T-Bone Walker chord, because he used this voicing a lot. It's famously in Stormy Monday. And it's basically a minor 7 flat 5 voicing, or a half diminished voicing. So if you already know that one, you know this chord. So if you're going to play a G7 chord, you basically just play a B minor 7 flat 5. So basically a minor 7 flat 5 chord, a half step away. A major third away. Sorry, not half. Major third away. So A7. G7, it's basically a B minor 7 flat 5 chord. And it's pretty cool, and it gets, and it sounds great on any slow blues. You can just kind of move it around the fourth chord as you see fit. Another one, which is basically just a simple dominant chord, but a little different voicing. To me, it sounds a little less old-fashioned than that. This sounds very kind of old-fashioned to me. This is a little different, kind of compact and. Want to play a little bit funkier, you can play with the thumb and finger picking. Kind of just gives you a little bit of different option there. And on the fifth string, if you go to the 4 chord, you have that basic dominant chord that we know. And this one is the C9, the 9th chord. And this one's you're going to use that a lot. Everything from blues to swing to funk. This is just used. So you can use it for a variety of contexts. Sounds great in jazz if you're playing a 2-5-1. Helps screw up the voicing there, but so you can use it in pretty much any context, and you can also add to it with your pinky. You can add that 13th there, and that sounds obviously has a very jazzy sound, but you also hear that so you can use that in a lot of contexts. And to go back to the Stormy Monday thing, it's kind of a famous intro to a extremely useful grip right there. That is for sure going to upgrade your playing and rhythm playing. Then another one, which is useful in a lot of contexts. It's just a straight dominant 7 chord, no ninth or anything. But it has a different sound compared to this one, which sounds a little more kind of old-fashioned to me. Where this is kind of, it sounds, gives me a very kind of like Stax kind of Mustang Sally-ish kind of sound. You can kind of if you want something kind of gut bucket, kind of funky, but still not quite as, it's not quite as, it doesn't have the ninth, it's not quite as jazzy and sophisticated as this grip, but this is still very, very useful. That's something to keep in mind when playing different, kind of, so you can kind of, match the sort of the style of the tune. If you're playing a lot of, if you're playing cover bands and you're playing blues jams and stuff like that, that's going to help. If someone calls a Wilson Pickett tune, approaching it more, so people, drawing from that style and playing, knowing which chord grips to play to so you sound authentic within that style is going to go a long way to people taking your playing more seriously. So yeah, I'll have a PDF to download the chord diagrams and all that, so you can practice these and add them to your arsenal. See you in the next lesson.